Sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance, the heart is made better. You see, you're more built up when you're going through hardship, when you're going through the nitty gritty. All right. This is why, Great Millstone, we harp on that stoic lifestyle. All right, which is a lifestyle that turns down pleasure. All right. That is what strengthens the mind. And you know what it does is too, it heightens your frequency. All right. More and more when you are not as given to pleasures, and you more so you're more in a stoic type spirit. When you go out in the world, it's like red flags left and right. You just start seeing all kind of things. Somebody invites you to their house and you start seeing like, oh man, I gotta get out of here, or whatever the case is. I'm just using that as an example. Or you just out in the world, it's just your signals is ringing off. Why? Because you heightening your frequency by tapping into the spirit. All right. Now, these things are going to be used in these last days. Make no mistake about it. The frequency that we have, it's not another voice. We're not sitting on this. All right. These things are going to be magnified in the days to come. When Esau, Edom, starts to go down even more, when the devil shall come down with great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. All right, the scriptures tell you, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, then shall I lift up a standard against them. All right, the ones that are going to get their standards lifted, or the ones that will be a part of that standard, I should say, all right, are the ones that are raising their frequency now, because the standard will kick you out if your frequency ain't high enough to be within the standard. All right, so the Most High is Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is requiring us to meet a particular standard that is going to qualify you whether or not you'll receive salvation. And to achieve that standard in this time is pushing away the world. All right, the scriptures tell you, it says, the inward man perisheth, but the inward man is renewed day by day. All right, we're being renewed day by day. We're outgrowing the world day by day. Okay? And that doesn't look good to the world. The more and more Yahweh Shah would do miracles and raise Lazarus from the dead, the more he drew hatred. All right? The more, it got to the point where if anyone was to even profess that he was the Messiah, they were hated. All right? The blind man, remember the blind man? This your son. Was he born blind? And the parents were like, I don't know. He a grown man. Let him speak for himself. They copped out. They knew he was born blind. All right? But I do remember them saying this, like, yeah, all we know that he was blind and he ain't blind no more. We don't know how it happened. That was their sentiment. He was like, look, and then the blind man, he couldn't deny it. He's like, yeah, I have to say that this man did it because, like, and that's how we're going to be. All right, we're going to be pushed into a circumstance, right, to where we just going to have to, just rely on the truth. But guess what? That truth is going to, because remember later on, Yahweh Shai came and talked to that blind man. He came and broke bread with the blind man. He brought comfort to the blind man. Same thing with Paul. You think Paul wasn't beautified amongst the people? All right? The Apostle Paul, city to city, his name was ringing bells in a bad light when it came to the circumcision. Remember, that's why they wanted to put him to death. He said, hear ye. This is the man that they ring the alarm. They got the lewd fellows, and they would get people that had no business even dealing with the situation to try to kill Paul. All right?